Hi, my name is Rachel Hess.
And my name is Stephen Smith. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. We came here today to discuss different strategies that you use to help your students process information. I plan to teach 3rd grade, and I hear that you are a phenomenal educator. I would like to hear your thoughts on this topic.
Okay. The first thing you have to know to be a successful teacher is that in order to be a successful teacher, you have to give your students effective strategies to help them learn, process, and retain the information you teach them. To do this, you have to have a clear understanding of the information you are teaching, and only then can you give your students different strategies to help your students with information processing. Do you understand what I am saying?
Yes, I think so.
Can you think of an example that would explain of what I am saying?
Well, suppose I am teaching 3rd grade science, and I tell my students that in order to make it easier to remember the science that I am teaching them, they should use a spider map to differentiate between the different kingdoms. Now, without thoroughly explaining them that there are different kingdoms, how many there are, what each one is called, and what belongs in each one, then the strategy of spider making will not be effective at all.
Exactly. Now, once you understand that, you have to think of different strategies that will help your students understand, process and retain the information in the most effective way. By doing this, you will have a positive effect on your students' thought processes.
So, in reality, what you are really trying to accomplish is to get your students, or mine for that matter, to think for themselves, know what they are thinking, and think what they know.
Yes. It is very important for students to have the appropriate metacognitive strategies to assist them in developing their thinking minds.
I understand. I have one more question to ask you. We want our students to store the information they learn in long-term memory. Do you use specific strategies that you find helps your students retain their knowledge longer?
Well, there are many options to explore, and you have to do what works best with your class. I specifically find that writing keywords on the board for the rest of the day helps the students a lot. When I come across a particular hard word, I call up a few students to write the word right under where I wrote it. It became a fun activity, and I found that the bigger deal you make about something, the longer the students recall it. Also, I found that they enjoy pictures. I try to bring in pictures when teaching vocabulary, science, and history. This gives them another angle of what we are learning. They learn to associate the text and the picture. It is good for students to put two things together. Lastly, I review the information from the previous lesson before we begin the new one. This keeps things clear for the students, and every time they hear the information, the clearer it becomes to them. The clearer the information is to the students, the better chance they have of retaining it.
I hear.
Was this helpful?
Yes, you have been very helpful. Thank you very much for your time.
It is my pleasure. Good luck in your teaching career. You will love it. It is the most satisfying job.
Thank you. I am sure I will. I look very much forward to teaching.